All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. A lot of you guys always say, hey, Jay, what's a phone I could give my grandma? Well, it is no secret that Consumer Cellular is a company that is, for people who are up there in age, and there's nothing wrong with living a little bit at a later age. And so most of the time, you'll see phones for your grandparents as flip phones, but this is a phone that can kind of get them in a way they can communicate with their grandchildren or you, and get some of the newer features of today's world is social. This is the ZTE 579. It's the Avid 579. A lot of you guys say I don't cover phones like this. You always cover these expensive phones. Well, I'm on a kick and I'm getting these phones on the low. And so why not show them to you, because they don't cost a lot. This is another $60 phone from ZTE. I think it's going to be good. This is a phone that you can definitely give your grandparents, or you could definitely give a child a first phone. So you got a 5.54 inch 1440 by 720p display, something that your grandparents just don't care about, or your child might care. This has 32 gigs of memory, but you can put an SD card in there up to 256 gigs, an 8 on the rear and a 2 megapixel on the front. I will test those in this video right here, just to show you the quality of this product. And it records in 720p video. So again, this is something that your grandparents probably won't care about what the resolution is. They just want it to be clear. And I'm hoping that the video quality from here is clear. Now this says it has a 1.8 quad-core processor, 1.8 gigahertz quad-core processor. It is a 4G device. It is from US Cellular, like I said, and it's running Android 10. So that alone should have you a little bit excited, man. It should have a little bit excited, because when you think about it, there's plenty of phones out there that are not running Android 10 and they cost $500, or they're running Android 10 and they cost $1,000. I've got some. So if you want to get them to get this phone on US Cellular, just hit US Cellular's website, grab this phone for $60, and I think you'll be all good. And it's gonna be crazy. It actually feels kind of weird reviewing phones like carrier phones. Like I'm getting carrier phones in now to review, and it feels weird because this is a carrier phone that's specifically geared towards someone. This is something right here that I just truly enjoy being able to show. This is a 2600 milliamp removable battery, which is really sweet, man. You got your charger, you got your cable here. This is micro USB, and then you got your nice color brochure for your grandparents to work their way through if they have troubles with that. So, and again, no SIM ejector in this one because it has a removable back. So let's peel this part of the camera off. Well, let me go ahead and remove that back, because that's something that you just don't see very often. All right, this is where the battery goes. Let's see, like this. There we go. And you can see the innards here. You can see where you've got the micro SD cards, or excuse me, SIM card, and then micro SD card slot on this side. And the official brand of this is the ZTE Z5156 or 56cc. Now, right out the rip, the back of this phone feels like if this wasn't a phone for your grandparents, man, this phone is actually looks pretty good, man. I mean, it has a big screen. When you think about what we're paying for phones, it's got a beautiful design on it. Like, no upsell here. I'm just telling you, I have a lot of phones and I'm fair across the board. A phone is a phone, and a good looking phone is a good looking phone. I just want this phone to perform well, and I'll be okay. So it's got like the newer chamfer top and bottom, like on my brand new X1 Blade 5G. Remember that? It's built exactly like this. This is $60 though. It's running Android 10, like I said. Headphone jack, mic up top, mic on the bottom, micro USB port there, your power, your volume, and that is it. So I've got this little simulated. Oh, almost had a smooth run. See if it's got some power. Yep. I got a little buzz on there. It's probably been sitting in the warehouse for a long time. right. Consumer Cellular. I remember back in the day, even though these were Consumer Cellular phones, you could get them unlocked for free or for like $1, you know, on eBay. Because remember, Consumer Cellular had a Motorola phone that everybody wanted at one point, and you had to get it unlocked online. Everybody was buying them online, getting them unlocked. I forgot what year that was. I'm gonna get signed in here, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So believe it or not, I started this up, and I checked for a software update, and it actually had one. So it added. Well, there you go. So I wanted to just cut to it and just get back in like this, but it actually had a software update, and it added Wi-Fi calling, which is pretty sweet when you think about it. I didn't know that Consumer Cellular ran on AT&T, but nonetheless, in that update, that's what it told me. So I'll go back here and show you the settings here. This is the app tray. You know, there's no bloatware on here. This is ultimately just a stock Android phone. You have an FM radio, which I don't consider bloatware, and since this is Consumer Cellular, then well, you've got the Consumer Cellular app on there for your parents to make it easy on their account. So let's go into settings here, and this is where you'll find all the information. And this is running a Helio A22, which is the same as the Blade A7 Prime. And again, these are $60 phones that I've been reviewing lately, just to kind of, you know, get that affordable side out there. Now, this video is dedicated to your grandparents, or if your parents are old enough and they don't want to mess with a whole bunch of stuff, or they don't want to spend a lot of money. That's what this video is for. You know, so you got your internet settings up there with your Wi-Fi and data and everything. When you put your SIM card in there, you got hotspot, you got Bluetooth, you got your apps and everything, your recent apps. You can see everything here. Now I turned on gestures. Out of the box, they told me I can turn on gestures or use the navigation buttons, and I turned on gestures. Now, your parents might not want to use gestures, but I wanted to use gestures just for the purposes of this video. So battery life, with it being removable and having a lower resolution display, this should last a long time. Like, you look at this with 85% left. It's saying that I have a day and 17 hours left, you know, with that 85% capacity. That's crazy. So you got features right here. So you got your system navigation. This is where I turned. Well, it popped up here first. Like when you first power the phone on, you get past the setup. This is what popped up. So here, this is right here. You got your auto power off and things like that. Auto power off is good. Maybe your parents might just power their phone off though. So you got your wallpapers and everything in here. You got your dark theme, because this is running Android. This is running Android 10, believe it or not. And I'll check the security patch, even though, you know, we don't need to know security. Your parents don't really care about the security patch. You know, we, as a person taking care of our parents or grandparents or whatever, we might be so excited about that. So you can see you got an indicator light, screensaver. You also have an easy mode. Now, easy mode makes it even easier for them when you turn this on. You can see it just applies like the straight basics for the phone here. Makes it even easier. Everything gets bigger. Yeah, you can see what happens there. So that's your display right there. The brightness is at about 70% right now, but it's on auto. Let's see. I'll check the wallpapers in a little bit, but you got your sound. I checked the speaker on here, and it was actually pretty loud, man. I couldn't even figure out. I think this might be coming through the front right there. Let's see. Yeah, I think it comes through the front. That's pretty good. I like to have vibrate on for calls. You know, that's just me. Your parents might not like that. These are your settings down here for sound. Here's your storage. You can put up to a 256 gig card in there. If your parents want to store their photos on the device, you can set it for the default location for them, and then they'll be able to save all their memories of their grandchildren or whatever, or you or whoever is taking the photo of their time together, you know what I'm saying, on the SD card. Now I want to get into, and it has digital well-being as well, so that's pretty good. This will help your parents, you know, see how long they're spending in what area of the device throughout their day. And obviously accessibility, we already know what these are right here. These will help you navigate the device. You can make things larger. You can change the colors. You know, it depends on if you have trouble with your eyes. It could be anything. Just all types of shortcuts to help make their experience easier. And just so you know, this isn't like a paid review by Consumer Cellular. Just got the phone. It was a good thing I thought people might want to see for their parents, because people always say, I would give that phone to my parents. I would give that phone to my child. Well, this is specifically for those people. So it's actually on the May security patch with Android 10. Now this is the techie part of this video. But there it is. So it's a little sluggish on that slide right there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and remove that. And this is it. This is the settings, man. This is it. So let's go into the camera here. This records in 720p. So I'll take some photos more than likely. May shoot a little video and then come back and we can close this out. So again, the camera resolution is only 720p, and you know, don't expect like super crazy video, but be surprised though if it does. Oh, okay. So it shoots in 1080p. Maybe I might have misread that. It might shoot 720p on the front, but it shoots in 1080p video. So sorry if I'm out of view there. It shoots in 1080p video. So my bad if I was out of view. But yeah, that's pretty good. So now we're gonna go ahead and get some photos and everything, and we'll finish this off. Alright, so there's the cameras. Let's take a look at the wallpapers here. I want to go into home screen settings real quick just to see. Yep, you can do it. It goes to 6x5 because this is a 20 by 9 ratio device, which I think is really sweet. Again, your parents won't, or your parents or your grandparents won't be thinking about that, but us, if we're taking care of them or we're making sure that they're up to par, they might want things bigger, but I just wanted to show you that it does, because reality is this is a consumer cellular device. But I'm sure there's probably a different version of this on like a carrier, another prepaid carrier, something like that. So it'll be named something else. It'll probably be the same device. But you know, nonetheless, it works. So let's get into the wallpapers here, and I'll show you the wallpapers, because these are pretty much the current day wallpapers on ZTE devices. Like especially this default one right here that a lot of you guys asked me for that wallpaper, and it's a default ZTE wallpaper. So. And those are your wallpapers. They have just those few wallpapers right there. So that's pretty cool. I mean, again, this isn't, you can create your own wallpaper. This isn't geared towards somebody who wants this big fancy phone. So before I get out of here, let's go to YouTube. As far as the processing power goes, I mean, you know, it's again, you're not getting this blazing fast device because, you know, it's not meant for that. So we'll test the speaker. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we do a review of the Jaybird Vista 2s. And so obviously, you know, right off the rip, I gotta tell you, the front facing speaker, there's a front facing speaker up here, and I think that's just good all in its own, man. Having a front facing speaker on the device, man, that's crazy. So I have the original Jaybird Vistas. These are the first generation of these earbuds. They still work like brand new. I like them a lot. But these new versions here, these Vista 2s, are actually pretty solid. So today we're going to actually run down a list of things to talk about with these. I want to try to answer as many questions as you might have about these earbuds. Now the price of these, I'll talk about that last. But first, let's get into... That's actually pretty sweet, man. I mean, I don't have any complaints about that speaker. It's facing me. It may not be the best or loudest, I should say, but it's actually loud for what it is. So I mean, a front-facing speaker, a beautiful 5.45-inch display for your people, and I think your parents would be very happy with this. And even if you don't give this to your parents, anyone that is like doesn't need the high power of what we think we need, which has become today's standards. Anybody you want to give this phone to, depending on how old they are, they'll like it, man. I like the hardware. I think the hardware is sweet, man. I mean, I'm not yanking your chain, man. It's actually pretty sweet. It has like this 3D ripple effect on here. Now you think about this is $60. It makes it look like you can actually, it's got ripples, but it doesn't. It's just flat. Yeah, that's crazy. Now, yeah, I know there's plenty of other phones out there that a person will say, well, I can grab this for $60, or I can grab this for $60. You know, hey, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You do you. But I wanted to show you this device for $60. And it's on Consumer Cellular. It's something for your parents. This is straight up that video for your parents. Yeah, this is that video. Anyway, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. All right, that's another one down. Affordable phones here on the channel.